Children's Dance Theater from Dance Art Studio, and we're so excited to be here. I have to tell you something. I went to Cole School. I went to this school a long, long time ago. A way long time ago. It's a great school though, isn't it? Yes, and you have great teachers also here. You guys are so lucky, so blessed. You have wonderful teachers. Hey, I wonder how many of you have read these Magic Treehouse books? How many of you know these books? Well, that is our story today. It's called The Adventures of the Magic Treehouse. Now, I understand there's like 50 some of these books. Does anybody know? 50 what? 2? Raise your hand if you've read all of them. All 52. Really? Holy cow, wow. Well, we are doing books number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 8. Does anyone remember those? Yeah? So you're going to recognize a lot of things that are in our show today from these books. But before we get started, we have to thank our sponsors because we couldn't come to your school unless we had these sponsors. And they are the Scientific and Cultural Facilities District, Tier 3, Broomfield Council on the Arts and Humanities, Broomfield Community Foundation, Wells Fargo Bank, Rotary Club, Colorado Creates, and our own Dance Art Studio, which is where these dancers are from. And they've been practicing this show over the summer, and they are students just like you. They are students, they're in middle school and high school, but they go to school just like you, they're students. And today, they get to miss their school. Why do they get to miss school? Because they're here performing for you. Isn't that fun? It's students performing for students, isn't that great? So, if you like something, we hope you clap. If you think it's funny, we hope you laugh. But we don't want you to talk or move around or walk around during the show, right? Yes. So let's get going. We have a great show. I know you guys are going to love this because you know the stories. I want to ask you an important question. Do you ever wish and hope for adventure? Yes. So do we. Do you ever think about discovering new things? So do we. I want you to meet 2 kids that wonder and discover and imagine just like you do. I want you to meet Jack and Annie. They are brother and sister, and they live in a house near some big trees. Jack and Annie are just about your age. Jack is very good at keeping track of his discoveries. He carries a backpack with him everywhere. He loves to read about other places and people and takes notes about everything he sees and learns. Jack is very careful though. Now his younger sister Annie, is she careful? No. She's much more adventurous. She likes to get out there, take chances, and try new things to see what happens. She wishes Jack used his imagination more. Are we ever too old to use our imaginations? No, never. Don't you use your imagination to become part of a story that you hear or read? Well, one day when Jack and Annie are walking through the woods near their house, they discover a magical treehouse. They discover that their favorite thing to imagine and read about become real adventures just by a simple wish.
Making notes. Rough bark.
In the woods not very far from home.
Jack, I'm a monster.
Star-shaped leaves. trees.
As they walk a sister and brother.
Annie, cut it out.
Oh, come on, Jack, play with me.
Argue.
No, I'm too old to play pretend.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
Or not.
I am too.
But today what they say doesn't matter.
It's not pretend, I'm a monster.
For today in the woods they're known.
Jack, look.
Annie, stop.
Today at the top of a ladder.
Really, look.
Where?
Over there.
Oh, man.
There's a magic place where wishes can come true. How far can you see?
I'm climbing up.
Annie, don't. We don't know who it belongs to.
From the top of a tree.
Annie!
Oh, wow.
What?
So many places to go.
It's full of books.
Really?
Yes, look.
When you venture outside your window.
Books about knights, ninjas, and oh, wow.
What?
Dinosaurs.
Hold on, I'm coming up.
Books about faraway places. Pictures of wondrous sights to see.
To go there, all that it takes is wishing.
See?
A wish to have an adventure.
Oh, man.
A wish from the top of a tree.
Wow.
A wish to be there and think you're flying.
I've never seen so many books in my life.
How far can you see?
Look at that. Polar bears.
From the top of a tree.
And look at this one. It's all about pirates.
Well, let me see that.
So many places to go.
Pyramids.
Pilgrims.
Planets.
When you venture outside your window.
Prehistoric pterodactyls.
What?
Dinosaurs.
Oh, right.
Man, this is amazing. I really wish we could go there.
Did Jack just wish for an adventure in the time of dinosaurs? Right before the treehouse began to shake and spin, was Jack holding the dinosaur book saying, I wish we could go there? As the treehouse came to rest, Jack and Annie could tell they were not in the woods by their home anymore. Everything felt different. Jack quickly started taking notes and recording his discoveries. Annie's sense of adventure took her over to some large nests. Now, what could those be about?
I heard the sound of drums. Know where they were
Did you hear that loud roar? Jack and Annie barely escaped the T-Rex. Annie got to the treehouse first, but when Jack grabbed his backpack, he discovered a strange object, a beautiful golden medallion. Did anyone see Jack holding that medallion up? Quickly, Jack ran to the treehouse with his bag and the medallion, and he and Annie wished to go home. What an adventure! But you all know that once you experience having the excitement and fun of an adventure like that, you'll want to do it again and again. In fact, that's exactly what happened for Jack and Annie. The very next morning, before it was even light out, Jack and Annie were up and dressed and in the treehouse. By the light of their flashlight, does anybody see a light in there? Annie spied a book about castles and knights. Jack wanted to research it, but before he could grab the book, Annie made her wish to go there. Spinning, turning, tilting, shaking, and they landed right outside the very castle from the book. When Jack took the book to put it in his backpack, he noticed a large blue leather bookmark with a silver M on it. What does this M mean, and what awaits them in the castle? They did not really understand everything about the magical travels they were having, but Jack did know that he and Annie would have to be ready to think fast and solve problems. As they crept in silently, they found the castle full of knights having a feast. Jack wondered how they would escape if they were caught, and it wasn't long before they were trapped by 3 knights. One with a mad face, one with a long mustache, and one with squinty eyes. It looks like Jack and Annie are going to have to solve a problem right away. Wow, who would have thought that a flashlight would be the way to solve the problem of being trapped in a castle full of knights? Jack used planning to decide to bring the flashlight, and Annie came up with the quick idea to use the flashlight to scare the knights. Do you think knights had ever even seen a flashlight before? No wonder they were scared of it. It seems that Jack and Annie are also becoming a better team. The next day, Jack and Annie looked carefully at the books in the treehouse. Annie discovered a book about pyramids and mummies. Look, Jack, your favorite thing to study. Jack had to admit that pyramids were high on his list of favorites. Before they made any wishes this time, they worked together to be sure Jack's backpack was packed with all the important things they might need. This time, they would be a team. I need my 4 audience helpers now from the 4th grade. If you were in the 4th grade and you got a sticker, could you please go up onto the stage? We'd like you to stand right in front of the treehouse. And if the dancers give you something, would you make sure you just hold it up so the audience can see it? Stand right in front of the treehouse. Awesome. Thank you, 4th graders. Turning, tumbling, spinning, and Jack and Annie were in ancient Egypt, and the great pyramids were right in front of them. Quickly, they ran across the sand and found their way into the burial chamber of Queen Hutabi. Jack wrote notes in his notepad about Egyptian writing symbols called hieroglyphs. They thought they heard something and turned to find the very ghost of the mummy queen standing right before them. Now, it seems that poor Queen Hutabi needed glasses. She could not read the hieroglyphs that would tell her how to leave for the afterlife. Soon, Jack, Annie, and the mummy queen were working together to read the code so the queen could take her long-awaited journey. Jack and Annie described the first hieroglyph to her. They told her it looked like stairs. "Oh, yes," she said, "I know what this means. This tells me to go to the room at the top of the stairs." The second hieroglyph they described to the queen. They were not sure what it meant, but after they told her what it looked like, she said, "Oh, that is the symbol for a boat. At the top of the stairs, in a room, there is a boat that waits for her." The third symbol is a water jug. "Yes," said the queen, "at the top of the stairs, in that boat, there is a water jug." And the last hieroglyph they described to the queen as looking like a hook. But she said, "No, that is the hieroglyph for a folded cloth. At the top of the stairs, in that boat, in the water jug, there is a folded cloth. And inside the cloth is the special book that the queen needed for her journey." Using teamwork, they solved the puzzle of the hieroglyphs. Thank you, 4th graders. Can you please walk across the stage following the queen and come down the stairs and make sure you give her your hieroglyph? And then let me see you do your best mummy or queen walk back to your seat. Mummy or queen walk back to your seat, please. What could you do? What would you do? I like it. Good. Good. That's awesome. Thank you, 4th graders. When they got back home, Jack began to put the puzzles together together about the magic treehouse. The M must mean that whoever owns the treehouse with all the books also owns the bookmark and the medallion. Who is this mysterious M person? Jack and Annie also wondered what they would discover this time. They came upon an open book called Pirates of the Sea. Suddenly, before they knew it, Jack and Annie landed on the sunny beach of an island in the Caribbean. Pirates were there on the shore. Soon they saw Jack and Annie and they grabbed the medallion. The pirates thought the medallion was part of a big gold treasure. It was part of a treasure of lots and lots of books. But that is not what the pirates wanted. The pirates pulled out their treasure map. Now those pirates, they couldn't read, but Jack could read. He looked at the map and discovered that the treasure was under a big rock that was in the shape of a whale. It was called Whale Rock. The pirates made Jack and Annie dig for the treasure, but Jack and Annie were looking for ways to sneak away with the medallion.
This map from a friend of a friend. He's a bloke who met an unfortunate end. He stole it from a thief. He knew well as the map for real time will tell. Treasure, treasure, and plenty of it in a sunken chest. Treasure, treasure, yes, we love it, no time to rest. Buried in water, icy cold. He who finds it gets the gold. Treasure, yes, we love it. Treasure and plenty of it. Ha 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 ha. He's down below in a creepy cave. All the riches will come to he was free. He was brave, not he who was not. Yes, the booty is here, and X marks the spot. That's right. Treasure, treasure, and plenty of it in a sunken chest. Treasure, treasure, yes, we love it, no time to rest. Buried in water, icy cold. He who finds it gets the gold. Treasure, yes, we love it. Treasure and plenty of it. Aye, filthy lucre, my God. Treasure, treasure, and plenty of it in a sunken chest. Treasure, treasure, yes, we love it, no time to rest. Buried in water, icy cold. He who finds it gets the gold. Treasure, yes, we love it. Treasure and plenty of it. More money for the lads. Old doubloons.
Those pirates didn't even notice Jack and Annie sneaking off with the medallion. All they wanted to look at was their treasure. Later in the summer, as Jack and Annie climbed into the treehouse, they felt it was different, more mysterious than ever. They also discovered a small mouse. What could this mean? Jack thought it was just a little field mouse, but Annie was sure it was more than that. And right by the mouse, they found a note that read, "Help me, under a spell, find 4 things." What did that mean, find 4 things? Jack tucked the mouse and the note into his backpack, just as they noticed a book on ancient Japan. Jack was worried. He remembered reading all about the ancient ninja and their enemies, the samurai warriors. "I don't think this is such a great place to go, Annie," Jack warned. But you know Annie, she convinced him to take a chance so he could see for himself. Annie was great at taking chances. And besides, what if M really wanted them to go there? "I need my helpers from the 5th grade. If you're in the 5th grade and got a sticker, can you please come up to the stage?" 5th graders. need you guys to stand over here, actually, on this side of the stage, and face the dancers. Awesome, you guys. Good. Turn and face the dancers. Awesome. Turning, spinning, Jack and Annie were in ancient Japan, in the top of a tree by a rushing stream. Below them were two ninjas. Carefully, Jack looked in the book to learn that ninjas were mysterious, shadowy warriors. Before he even finished his notes, the ninjas had climbed the tree. Jack and Annie would quickly have to take a risk and try the ninja ways, which were use nature, be nature, and follow nature. The Ninja Master sends Jack and Annie out on their own. We have taught you the ninja ways. Now you must use them by yourself to get back to the treehouse. Be nature, use nature, and follow nature. Fifth graders, can you please help Jack and Annie come out onto the stage, spread out, find a spot. They need to hide from the samurai. What is out in nature, everyone? Rocks, stones, sky, water, trees, dirt, yes? So I'd like for the fifth graders to show me a rock, a stone. Be as silent and quiet and still as a rock. Are you a rock that's down on the ground? Are you a standing stone? What is the shape of your rock? Let's see what your rock looks like. Jack and Annie have to use nature and be part of nature. Great. Okay, everyone stand up and come out. Do you see where that book is right there? Can you come out by that book? Can I see you make a line, one right behind each other? And let's see if you can be branches of a tree. Jack and Annie need to climb the tree to hide from the samurai. What would your branches look like? Would you just do arms or would you do a leg also? What could you do to be branches of a tree so that Jack and Annie can use nature and be a part of nature? That is great, fifth graders. Awesome. Okay, to get back to your seat, fifth graders, I want to see your best quiet, sneaky, silent ninja move. Ready, go. What would you do to get back to your seat? Ninja. and prove themselves worthy of following the ninja ways. The master ninja meets them at the treehouse and gives them a moonstone, a special rock that looks like the nighttime moon. This is the first of 4 things that you must collect for M, he said, and quietly slipped away. Jack and Annie had many more adventures. They were a great team. They discovered new things and took new chances so that they could collect the 4 objects that would break the spell over the mysterious M person. They had the ninja moonstone, and if you've read the books, you also know that they collected a mango in the Amazon and a mammoth bone flute from the Ice Age. They only have one more object to collect to free M from the spell and solve the mystery of the note and the mouse. You know, when I read these stories, I can't help using my imagination to picture these adventures happening to me. I become Jack or Annie. Now, all of us are going to have to use our imaginations because Jack and Annie are going to the moon. We need to create the setting of the moon. Let's think about what it would look like if we were on the moon. Let's use our imaginations to set the scene. Jack and Annie need to have a moon dome where they put on their spacesuits. Now, I need my 2 helpers from the 3rd grade down there to be the sides of the moon dome. Come on up here, 3rd graders. And I need you to stick them right here, facing the audience. Good. And put your arms out, because you have to be, when they go underneath you, you have to lift up your arms like that. But for right now, you can relax. You are the sides of the moon dome. Click on your imaginations, everyone, and let's get Jack and Annie to the moon. They have traveled to the future to discover the M constellation, a group of stars that form a shape when you connect them. They need to suit up to breathe out on the moon, and then they meet a very friendly astronaut. star shape in his book. The constellation is in the shape of a mouse. That is the last of the 4 clues that break the spell for the mysterious M person. Everyone get ready to draw the M with me? That's what the astronaut was trying to show Jack. It's the M, up, down, up, down. Yeah, faster, everybody. Ready? Go. Up, down, down. That's the M constellation. Jack and Annie were thinking about all of their adventures and figuring out how the 4 objects, the moon rock, the mango, the mammoth flute, and the mouse-shaped star formation, will help the mysterious M person. They remember all the places they have gone and the amazing people they have met. Do you remember who they have met and what we have learned on their travels? In this last dance, see if you can recognize that they experienced adventure with the dinosaurs. With the knights, they had to solve a problem with a flashlight. They had to use teamwork with the mummy queen in Egypt. Their time with the pirates was all about discovery. With the ninjas, they learned about risk-taking, and they had to use their imaginations on the moon with the astronauts. you are doing the same things that Jack and Annie did. You can have adventures also, right in your school library or at home, by reading. Open a book. I wonder what you will discover. Does anyone know who the mysterious M person is? Yell it out, you guys. Who is it? Morgan Le Fay. And she is the ancient librarian who travels through time to gather books for her magic treehouse library. And it seems that her library is full of adventures. So is yours. Solve problems, use teamwork, take a risk, and use your imagination to keep learning. Thank you from Children's Dance Theater and Dance Art Studio for being such a wonderful audience. Have a great year, Cole School. Hope to see you next year.